In this video, we will look at importing and using modules. We will start by importing and using Python's built-in math module. So we will type the keyword import followed by the module name, which in this case is math. Now to use the math module, we would type the module name and then dot for dot notation. And then we can access all these functions, variables, and classes inside the math module. So if I wanted to, let's say, use the factorial function in the math module, I would type math.factorial and pass it in a value. And if you don't know what a factorial is a number that multiplies itself minus 1 until it gets all the way down to 1. So it will be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which in this case, the factorial of 5 is 120. So if I were to print this x variable here, we will get the output 120. The next thing I want to show you is how to import specific elements of a module. So if I didn't want to import the entire math module, which if I were to put this dot here again, show you there are many functions inside the math module. And let's say I didn't want to import all of those. I only wanted to import the square root function. I would type from math import, and then the specific function that I want to import from the math module. So in this case, square root. So now I no longer need to type math dot to use the square root function. I can simply type sqrt and then pass it a value. So if I put in the square root of 16, for example, it's going to come back as 4. We can also import multiple specific functions, classes, or variables on the same line. So I can type from math import, and I can do sine, cosine, and tangent if I wanted to do some trigonometry. And then down here, I could do x equals sine 1, and then also do y equals cosine 1, and z equals tan 1. And then down here, I can print x, y, and z, and we get the output of sine, cosine, and tangent 1 down here in the terminal. Now let's say that you were going to have to use the module name quite often and you didn't want to type out the entire name for whatever reason. You could use the as keyword to use an alias. So this time let's go ahead and import the random module. And I don't want to have to keep typing random over and over and over again. So I'm going to import random as just R. And then we are going to use this to generate a random numbers. I'm going to do x equals R dot, and we'll say random, randint, R-A-N-D-I-N-T is the function to generate a random integer. And it says that it returns a random integer in range of A, B, including both endpoints, which means both numbers could be in the return value. Neither one of them are non-inclusive. So I will generate a random number from 1 to 10, and I will output that to the console. And when I run this, we'll see that this time we got 7. And if I run it again, I get 10. If I run it again, I get 7 again. 7's that lucky number. And I get 8. And that's how you would import a module as an alias. You can also create your own custom modules to use. And just to keep things simple, I am going to create a new Python file in the same folder as my modules.py file. So I'm going to create a new file here, and I'm just going to call it mathutil.py. In this math utility file, I'm going to keep it very simple and define an add function that takes 2 parameters. And I'll just call those A and B. And I am simply going to return A plus B. And then I will go ahead and create a subtract function that I'm just going to call sub A and B for the parameters, and I will return A minus B. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then back in the modules py, I'm going to import mathutil. So now I can use mathutil.add. And if I give it 3 and 4 for the values, and I'm going to go ahead and put this into a variable called x. When I output x to the console, we will get the result 7. And if I wanted to use the subtract, the sub function that we created, I would type in mathutil.sub. And if I pass in 3 and 4, it's going to output -1. One issue that could arise when making and importing custom modules is code from the imported module executing when the current script is executed. When a Python script is executed, the Python interpreter sets the built-in variable underscore underscore name underscore underscore to the string underscore underscore main underscore underscore for the script that is being run. This indicates that the script is the main program being executed. When a script is imported as a module into another script, the double underscore name variable is set to the name of the module. I'm going to create a new file called importme.py and put some code in it that I only want to execute when the script is executed directly and not when it is imported as a module. So here, if I do new file, call it importme.py, and I'm going to paste this code in here. And you'll see that I have this main function, and in the main function, I am printing this is the main function in the importme.py file. And then outside any functions I have, this is a regular statement inside the script. And down here, I'm calling the main function. I'm going to go ahead and save this and go back into my modules py. I'm going to remove this. And actually real quick, just to demonstrate, if I run this, I'll get the output. This is a regular statement inside the script. This is the main function in the importme.py file. Now, if I go into modules.py and I import the importme module and I run this again, we'll see that I also get this output. This is a regular statement inside the script. This is the main function in the importme.py file. And if I add another print statement just to see that this is in fact running, I'll just say hello. And now when I run this, I'll get the output. This is a regular statement inside the script. This is the main function in the importme.py file, and then this output of hello, which is coming after the other two outputs. So back in the importme.py, what I could do to make this not execute this function whenever this is imported as a module is add an if statement. So here I am going to say if underscore underscore name underscore underscore is equal to the string underscore underscore main underscore underscore, then I want to execute this main function. And if I run this, we'll see that this does in fact run because this name variable right here is being set to underscore underscore main because I am executing this file directly. And I get the output down here. This is a regular statement inside the script. This is the main function in the importme.py file. And now if I go back into my modules and run this again, the statement that's inside the main function will not get displayed. So this is a regular statement inside the script and hello, and this is the main function in the importme.py file did not execute because I am using this if underscore underscore name underscore underscore equals underscore underscore main underscore underscore string. That's it for the basics of importing and using modules and creating your own custom modules. In the next video, I'll show you how to use pip to download and install third-party modules and use them.